Ever felt lost when your partner's anger flares up? Don't worry, we've all been there. Let's take a moment to really grasp what anger is all about. Just like joy or sadness, anger is a normal, natural emotion that everyone feels. Often triggered when we feel threatened or disrespected, it's a signal that something's not quite right and needs our attention. Whether it's a reaction to a particular incident or the result of built-up resentment over time, the key is understanding what's causing the anger. It's not the villain in our story, but a smoke alarm indicating potential danger. If we understand what ignites the flame, we can tackle the problem at its root, turning this potentially destructive force into a catalyst for positive change. Keep in mind, anger isn't the bad guy here. It all comes down to how we manage it, and that can make all the difference. We all have things that tick us off, right? Let's dive into some common ones. Anger often comes from a place of hurt or frustration. It's like a warning sign indicating that something isn't quite right. Many of us feel a swell of anger when we feel neglected or passed over, as if our thoughts or sentiments don't count. Some might feel the sting when they're misconstrued, when their words or deeds are misinterpreted, or their motives are misjudged. And then there are those who get irate when they're judged, especially when it's done in a non-productive or belittling manner. Recognizing these triggers isn't about assigning blame or pointing fingers. It's a big step towards understanding why the anger is happening, so you can avoid needless disputes and clashes. It's about creating a more peaceful relationship. Remember, knowing what ticks your partner off is half the battle won. Communication is everything, isn't it? It's the secret to getting through those tough, anger-filled moments. What does effective communication involve? It begins with active listening. This isn't just about waiting for your turn to speak. It's about truly hearing and understanding your partner's point of view. It's about fostering a supportive environment where both parties can honestly share their feelings. The next crucial component is non-defensive communication, or the use of I statements. Instead of saying, "you make me feel," switch it up to, "I feel." This minor change in wording can make a massive difference because it lets you share your emotions without putting the blame on your partner. It encourages empathy and understanding, in place of defensiveness and disagreements. So when you find yourself in the middle of a heated discussion, remember to actively listen and utilize I statements. It might be hard, but it's definitely worthwhile. Always remember, the aim is not to win the argument, but to truly understand each other. So what can you do when your partner's anger meter is on the rise? Firstly, maintain your calmness. Don't let the contagious anger affect you. Consider practicing deep breathing exercises or counting to 10 to maintain your calm. This will aid in avoiding the situation from intensifying further. Next, you might want to consider taking a breather. If a conversation is heating up, it could be beneficial to step back, cool your head before you proceed with it. There's absolutely no harm in taking a pause to reorganize your thoughts and emotions. Lastly, if the anger seems too much to handle, don't hesitate in reaching out for professional help. Professionals like therapists, counselors, and others are trained to manage these situations. They can provide you with tactics and strategies to effectively control anger. Remember, when things seem too hard to handle, it's completely fine to seek help. Don't perceive it as a sign of weakness, but instead as a step towards fostering healthier relationship. Dealing with anger can be tough, but remember, every challenge is a chance to grow. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? We commenced our journey by grasping that anger is a normal, healthy emotion. The key is not about suppressing it, but rather managing it effectively. We then dove into the exploration of common triggers anger. Every person has distinct triggers, and identifying them can assist in averting or controlling anger at its onset. The key here is to be vigilant and understanding. We then shifted our focus to the significance of effective communication. It's not confined to the words you utter, but also the way they are voiced. Communication is about lending an ear, understanding, and responding with empathy. Bear in mind, it's not a conflict to conquer, but an issue to resolve collectively. We up with some practical tips. Taking a breather, practicing relaxation techniques, and turning to professional help when necessary. All are suitable options. Remember, a bit of understanding and patience can travel a great distance in managing anger and preserving a healthy relationship.